Blades Ramble are proudly supported by our main channel sponsor, My Business Group, a group of brands designed to support owners, leaders and managers in business. We would not be where we are without the incredible support of John and the team. If you're looking to grow your business, contact mybusinessgroup.co.uk today for more information or follow the link in the description below. And as this is 90 after 90, I want to thank our sponsors, Cosmetic Repair Solutions, an independent award-winning network of vehicle accident repair centres located in Chesterfield, Rotherham, Diddington, Barnsley and Derby. Visit the website to find out more or get an estimate at cosmeticrepair.co.uk.
Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
What is happening, Blades, and welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is 90 after 90. The Sheffield United boys have done it again. They have given us hope for the season. What are we playing at? Why are we even thinking about playoffs? I don't care. I'm thinking about playoffs because we've won again tonight. I say again, it hasn't happened loads recently. But we've won tonight. We've won at Stoke. That is the double over Stoke City, a team who've gone really well this season. Certainly started very well in the first half of the season. I thought we controlled the first half, and I thought we were much the better side. I think I'll keep saying it because I believe it to be true, not because I'm trying to manifest it. I think we are a good side. I think we are a good side at this level. I think we've been completely mismanaged at the start of the season. I think we're weaker. We were weaker at the start of the season for the business we did in the summer. Chris Wilder's come in and tried to pull us round and get those players that we knew had something. He's tried to get that out of them again, and I feel like he's doing that. I don't think it's a complete transformation. You look at players like Michael Cooper, who I don't think is near the level that he has been previously. Tyrese Campbell, not near the level he has been previously. But other players are really benefiting in this, and he's obviously brought in Gyro and Bamford, who are having a huge impact for us. I just think I'm really pleased with how we're going. And I think Chris Wilder's played a huge part in that, and that there will still be some that deny his impact or are quick to jump on it if we don't get the result that we want. And yes, I'm very pro Wilder, but this is why I asked the question at the beginning, because I don't even know if I've got it here. I don't think I have, but I had the lineup on at the start of the watch along, because we just finished a watch along. It was I'm sure a lot of you have seen the watch along, but it was myself, my dad, ATB, Jordan Motson, and Mark Meldrew, all on the same watch along, and it were really good fun, and I've really enjoyed it. So thank you to all of them that's joined me. But I asked them all, and I asked people in the chat, and I'd also asked on X as well. Let me know what you think of the lineup now before kickoff, because I saw the lineup and I knew it was controversial. Samari was in instead of Arblaster. We all know Arblaster's a better player than Samari. Whatever. Well, that's the largely accepted opinion, is that if everybody's fit, then you're selecting Ollie Arblaster over Samari. Tyrese Campbell started and Tom Cannon ahead of Patrick Bamford, who scored 2 goals against Wrexham. There were just some selections that Burrows came in for McCallum, who's been playing really well this season but has dropped off the last couple of games. So there were some questionable decisions made, and I wanted to know people's opinion on it because I knew people would have an opinion on it. And I thank those that were brave enough to put their opinions down before kickoff. And I echoed some of those concerns, I have to say, because a lot of people were saying, not very confident. And to be fair, most people were saying, not overly confident, but trust the manager. And I think that's the way we have to be. And it's proven to be the right thing. But it's also, you have to remember that moment that you felt pre-kickoff. And this works both ways, by the way. I have also, at times this season, seen a team sheet before kickoff and said, yes, that is the team. I would pick that team. I really like that team. And a lot of people have said the same. Then we go out there and get beat, and people say, well, why did he pick that team? This is why I asked the question early doors, and people are honest with how they feel about it. And I think that's how you have to be. And we have to recognise that sometimes he knows best. He's the manager. We have to trust it. You might not rate him, but you have to trust him to get it right because he's the manager of the football club. He sees things in training. I'm asking, before kick-off, what does Matos have to do to get in front of Samari? Because every time we've seen Samari, he's been really poor. Well, Samari started today, and I thought he had a really strong first half. I think he faded in the second, but I think he had a really strong first half. Was one of our better players. I don't think anybody had a bad first half, if I'm honest. So, Wilder will see that in training. There'll be things that go off that we've no idea about. So you just have to trust that he knows what he's talking about. And I always have, and I think a lot of people have. And it's certainly not an I told you so. It's more of hopefully a bit of a realisation for some of us, and I include myself in this because it's a lesson I've had to teach myself, that we shouldn't just, oh no, why is he doing this? Why is he playing that? Why is he doing this? Again, he took criticism tonight for not changing it soon enough. Those are valid criticisms, I believe. Those are by that I don't mean everybody who's criticising him is right, but I think that the valid questions to ask when Stoke score and the momentum completely swings their way, what are we going to do to stem this tide? What are we going to do to stop this? And then for about 10 minutes, nothing changed. Now, some may see that as trusting the players that are out there and sort of teaching them that they have to become resilient. Others will say we needed fresh legs on, we needed somebody to go and press, we needed something to change on the field for us to get a grip of the game again. And you'll have different opinions on that, and you'll have people in between as well. But I think those are more than valid questions to ask in terms of, do you think he should have gone earlier? Do you think he should not? And these are why he gets paid to make the big decisions. There'll have been part of him saying early doors, change it, but he's chosen to wait. And ultimately, we've seen it over the line tonight. And I sometimes think those 2-1s, those sort of single goal victories, particularly when you've gone in front, the ones that are awful to watch as a fan. And imagine how he feels in dugout, taking all that pressure on. We've gone 2-0 up. I wouldn't say we were cruising, but we were certainly well in charge of the game. They've not had a kick, really. They've not had a shot on target until they score. And then we give away such a soft goal, and they're back in it. And you think, oh, it could all unravel here. And thankfully, it didn't. But I think sometimes those results are more important than your 3-0, 4-0s, because the players have had to really dig in tonight. They've gone to Stoke. Nobody likes Stoke on a cold Monday night. It used to be, they're not that Stoke team of old. That goes back to when Tony Pulis were manager, and before that, where they used to have big fellas who were 6'4" who would knock you all over the place. Well, they're a much more technical side these days, so it's not quite the same daunting thing to go on a cold Tuesday night to Stoke, and we're going on a cold Monday night. But to go to Stoke and grind out a result and get the double over Stoke, who've been going well this season, bodes really well for us. 8 points off the playoffs now. We're still only 7 away from relegation, Jordan Motson were telling me. So I'm certainly not looking down. I'm not yet looking up. I think we've been caught in this trap too many times. And I think we ought to focus now solely on Leicester. That is the next game. That is the target. We look at Leicester City and what we can get out of this next game. So I'm going to take your comments on tonight. I've got Platinum Ramblers lined up to come on the line. If you would like to get involved and become a caller and become part of our community, even more so than you already are, please scan the QR code, become a Platinum Rambler. You will not regret it. And if you do, then obviously we'll amicably split. But I think if you talk to the Platinum Ramblers, those that have chosen to take the leap, then a lot of them will say a lot of positive things about it. So anyway, let's jump on. Here we go. Jack again starts us off tonight with only fools and 3 courses. Nice. He's been coming up with some very good food gags, because Mark Meldrew was hoovering up Jordan Motson's buns on the. And that's not a metaphor. It was actual confectionery that Mark Meldrew was consuming on stream. Ray says, "Great watch along, lads. Couldn't see the game, so I'm a nervous wreck. Not after that, but now after that, but we won, and that's the main thing. Up the ramble, like and subscribe. Thank you, my mate." Jack says, "Never doubted that lineup one bit. Ha ha! No, but that's, Jack, it's not about being right or wrong. Honestly, it's not, mate. It's not to say, haha, told you, Jack. You were all nervous before kickoff. It's to say, maybe we don't know the answers, do we? Maybe we don't. So, and that should hopefully, next time you see a lineup and you're not sure, particularly for somebody like you, Jack, who I know can be up and down, pal, that will hopefully make you think, well, I questioned it last time, but they did the business. So I'm not as nervous going into kickoff as I would be. And that is all we're trying to achieve. I thought the first half we were good, but we lacked in the final third. I thought everyone had a decent to good game. But Campbell, I can see him getting sold. You have to find a buyer to sell somebody, but I know what you're seeing. Ian says, a nice way to round out the year. Enjoy your break with the family, Jimmy. 2026, Chinese Year of the Ramble. Love that, mate. Thank you, pal. Definitely made me nervous, says Jack. Burrows looked a lot better. Femi did well, but seemed to struggle late on. Yeah, I thought so too. But he's playing a lot of minutes, is Femi. And I know he's a real athlete, isn't he? He can get up and down. But he's playing every minute of every game at the moment, is Femi. And there's a lot expected of him in terms of physical output. We need somebody else just to give him a little bit of support, I think. It'd be nice to be able to take him off on 70 minutes, wouldn't it, and give him a little bit of a rest going into the Leicester game. Bindon, round of applause. Lovely goal from Cannon. Yeah, completely agree. Johnny says, worrying lack of control we have in games when leading. Hamer and O'Hare can't play together. We're just too open. Well, they didn't tonight, did they? I know what you're saying, though. Unless we get better defensively. John says, I thought we played well most of the game, but shaky at the back second half. I thought Wilder should have put the subs on earlier. Their goal shouldn't have stood, as it was a foul on our player. Jack says, really good 3 points, but the lack of control under the cosh is worrying. Crawling to January again. This needs to improve if we ever want to level up. Nick Cook says, I honestly thought Stoke were going to equalise in true Sheffield United fashion. A nervy final 10 minutes. We can never do it comfortably and convincingly. Nick, never a truer word said, mate. Never a truer word said. You're absolutely bang on. Andrew says, that was a full team effort. Controversial, but we lose that game with Hamer in the team. Interesting that CW didn't use him regarding the subs. It was very interesting. And my dad was quite outspoken, similar to what you're saying, Andrew. It's controversial, but he's happy to say it. You know what he's like, my dad. Hamer, we're a worse team with Hamer in it, essentially, is what he was saying. He thinks the individual ability is never in question, but we are a worse team with Hamer in it. And Jord and Mark Meldrew agreed. If I remember that conversation right. Mogga says, great win. Been banging the drum for Cannon to play away. Hamer not to play away. We just look so much better like Leicester away with the right team and the right formation. Bindon, my man of the match. I thought Bindon played really well. Came roaring back from a really disappointing performance against Wrexham, specifically against Kiefer Moore. And I thought he played really well tonight. Andrew says, I'm stressed after that one. You and me both, pal. Blaggers says, never unhappy with a win. Crystal clear what we need. We won't be able to achieve it all in January. I can't help thinking how good we could be with a bit more quality, as we're definitely attacking more. I think the main frustration for me, Blaggers, is what could have been this season. And you can't dwell on it, but it's hard not to. Looking at the table and thinking, it's not a super tough league. I've been talking to Connor and Cal about it, and that it's not. The championship isn't as strong as last year, I don't think. I know a lot of people say the under teams like Hull and Stoke and those sort of sides have got better. Not by much, I don't think. Not by much. And there's no Leeds, there's no Burnley, there's no Sunderland even. So Coventry are probably the equivalent to what Sunderland were last season. All that matters is the 3 points, says Alessandro, thank God. GS Reselling says, it don't matter how we won, we just needed to get it over the line. Completely agree. CW always seems to be able to get us to bounce back. Massive opportunity now with 2 home games, 6 points, and you never know. Giant Killer says, nothing to write home about, but better. It's a win, innit, pal? It's a win, that's all we needed. Ollie says, that's what Tom Cannon gives you when he starts. He has to start more. Well done to Tyler Bindon too, says GS. After a tough night in Wrexham, did really well tonight. Praise the lads where it's deserved. Unitedites, up the Blades. Well said, mate. Van Blade says, think while Sariki isn't the best defensively, he's got to accept with 4 at the back and not 5. If we ask him to play such an aggressive wing back, he's bound to leave space. Amazing engine to do what he does. I agree with that. You can't have the best of both worlds. He's not Trent Alexander-Arnold, is he? Stoke scored one scruffy goal and United fall apart, says Paul. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Liam says, evening pal, huge win, happy for Tommy Cannon, much better tonight, should have been leading at half time, pleasing to score 2 in 6 minutes, second half we looked much more solid at the back, big game. I'll have to catch up with you next bit because I can't see it shortly after, pal. Flip me, we never make it easy, says Beast Boy. Ollie says, played better without Hamer again. Are the playoffs back on, says the S14 Blade? Not yet, not for me. I don't even want to think about it. Because if I think about it, I'll get excited. And I don't want to get, do it to myself. I don't want to punish myself like that. Anglo-Saxon says, O'Hare cannot come out of this team. Burrows man of the match today. Avril says, wow, what a result. And John says, how good is O'Hare? The boy never stops. Brilliant. Playoffs are a cert. Alex says, evening, Jimmy. Getting Blades absolutely bouncing after that, especially after feeling deflated post-Wrexham. And with January close, an interesting second half of the season ahead. What a job CW has done. Day Ones says, Wilder waited far too long with the subs, over 14 minutes after they did. Hutch says, nervous win, but massive 3 points after Boxing Day. Disappointment. We were definitely the better side tonight. I thought so. Across the game, I thought we were the better side. Just a very nervy last 20 minutes or so, I would say. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. How much fun it is to see United win away. Hey, nice one, Isaac. All but gold. Sariki's so good at football. It was key for us today, says Beast Boy. Dad says we should only be 3 off the playoffs. If we hadn't thrown away 6 points at Wrexham and Preston, then I'd say we have a playoff chance. Mogger says 4-4-2 away for the first hour. No Hamer, then switch to plan B for the last 38 when we're shattered. Daniel Bedford says, we make it hard to work for ourselves. Sorry, I just made myself laugh about this. We make it hard for ourselves, don't we? Should have had 4 tonight easily. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, my mate. Liam's second half of his comment was tough one on New Year's Day. Hopefully we can back it up with another 3 points. And I have to give it to Samari. I thought he played well first half. Buzzing for Gyro. Thought Burrows played well tonight too. Up the Blades, up all the Rambles. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, my mate. Bryce says, please keep the chat clean and no shouting, folks. Like, subscribe, and share this amazing channel. Thank you, my mate. Up to 17th in the table, Jimmy. We are flying, Michael. We are absolutely flying. As Statman Jack enters the building. Thank you, Jack. We'll get to you very shortly. I'll come into my callers soon. I'll just need to get some of these comments out of the way before I get too far behind. Mr. Fletcher's Bread says, if games were 90 minutes long, we would be promoted now. Really? I know what you're saying, but have we... If games were 45 minutes long, we'd be promoted by now. Big win for the boys, says Jack. A big home game. Before a big home game, Wilder is working miracles with his squad. Questions need to be asked of Campbell. Hamer either resting or he's gone in January. No need for the conspiracy theories. Alex says, Happy New Year to everyone. What a great way to sign off 2025 after a difficult season so far. One of the best things was finding the Ramble this year. Like and subscribe. Come on, you Blades. Thank you, my mate. Very much appreciated. And happy that you found us. Happy that you're a part of it. Thank you. There's a lot of great games in this period. Got to rotate if possible, says Omnipresent Play. Tom says, well done, Bindon and Samari. Big choices in Jan to be made now, both with loans and incomings. Does that change anybody's opinion on Samari, that performance? John says, Rothwell in this side will take us up, Jim. Do you agree? Up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. I think Joe Rothwell in this side improves us. If it's Joe Rothwell of last season at Leeds. He would be doing a similar job for us as he did for Leeds. I think he's a high-level squad man. I don't think he starts every game, but I think he's a high-level squad man that improves our depth. But Jord Motson follows Rangers as well as Sheffield United. And he's signed for Rangers as Joe Rothwell. He says he's lazy, overweight, looks an absolute shadow of the player he was last season. Doesn't mean we won't sign him. Doesn't mean he won't come to Sheffield United and do really well. But please, John, don't be hanging your hat on a great Joe Rothwell, because it may not be the Joe Rothwell you're hoping for. I hope I'm wrong, obviously, and that's just come from Jord Motson's summary, but he's been watching him most weeks. Andy says, a great win, well done, Blades, a nice way to end 2025. Let's hope for a run of home wins in the next 3. Like and subscribe, up all the Rambles. George says Samari played quite well tonight, but no good having one good game in 5. It needs consistency. I agree with that as well. Kickboxing Blade says, great win tonight. Borough's back to near his levels from last season. Pleased for Bindon again after the Wrexham game. He was class. I think Campbell is playing himself into third choice striker up the Blades. He certainly is, mate. He certainly is. He's dropped down to third for me now already. Bryce says, Samari had a great game, I thought. I agree. FX Autopilot says, Samari played for an hour like the player we hoped he'd be. He was brilliant for an hour. I agree. Never make it easy, do we? Says Alex. 7 clear of trouble and pushing up slowly. Can't see much beyond a mid-table finish, but post-Jan we could be a very different side. Playoffs are inbound, says the Kickboxing Blade. The overlaps were stellar today. It looked vintage Blades at times, says S14. Sean says a good win and I'm happy to eat humble pie. Samari was excellent. Don't have to eat humble pie, pal. I would say, I don't think my overall opinion of him has changed. And if he gets terminated his loan gets terminated in January, I won't be crying into my pillow at night. But we can also be delighted that he's played really well in a Sheffield United shirt. That's all we want, isn't it? And if that happens more often, then brilliant. I'll be proven wrong completely. After seeing the lineup, I was confident in getting a point, says Luke. There you go. Wasn't confident of getting a point, he says. All right, okay. There you go. And I think that's a fair reflection, isn't it? That's a fair reflection on what they can give you when they offer everything. Michael says, simply a very good result. Onwards and upwards, up the Blades, up the Ramble. And this is where I'm going to bring in our first caller. Been waiting very patiently. He's the man on the mic. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. He's the man in black. We've had the man on the mic. It's the man in black. It's the one and only. Gaz Dunn, how's it going, pal?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay. I've calmed down a little bit. It were a bit of a nervy end to the game, weren't it? But what did you make of that tonight?
Yeah, I agree with you. Total nervy end to the game, especially when they're down to 10 as well.
Yeah.
I think first half, I'll be honest with you, other than just trying to walk it in, I don't think many people would have any complaints, to be honest with you.
I don't think we can.
I'll be honest with you, when I saw the side and saw Samari in it, I'm like, oh, jeez.
I know. A lot of people will,
and
mate.
everyone's the same. I reckon 90% of the people was thinking that as well.
Yep.
But there is a little bit of a player in there, because I've seen it now 2 or 3 times, but I'm the same as you. If he goes in January, there'd be no skin off my nose kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think we played really well. I think O'Hare, he's got to score that chance, especially the form he's on as well. I think we played well defensively. I think they had that ball over the top, and I think, to be honest, I thought Bindon and Tanganga dealt with it really well. I thought Femi and Brooks were playing well up the right. Burrows looked to be like the old Burrows again.
It's good to see him play well, isn't it? And no McCallum coming on this time. They've sort of tried, whenever, if one hadn't been playing great, then the other ones come on to replace them. And he got a full 90 minutes, did Burrows, tonight. So it won't surprise me to see McCallum start against Leicester because of the quick turnaround. But I don't think Burrows has done himself any harm tonight, has he?
No, he hasn't. I thought he played solid tonight. I sometimes wish he'd just drill it across rather than trying to pull it back all the time. But that's picking hairs, to be honest with you. I'm picking hairs there.
It is, you are.
And then for once, yeah, I know I am. And then for once, we're the ones scoring goals straight after half time. I
know you commented that, didn't you? Watch along. Yeah. It's nice for us to be the ones scoring 5 minutes after half time. I was
like, geez, what's going off there? But then I'll be honest with you, when we get that second goal, I haven't seen the handball, by the way. I heard you say, that's touched his hand, that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment, but I'll have a look back at it.
Well, I thought it was handball, and then my dad's watched it back as he were packing up, because they were obviously showing goals on highlights as I'm setting up this, and he was saying it's not handball. It's not handball.
Not touched his hand at all.
Well, I think it does, but
Oh dear.
Yeah, but I didn't see the second look like he did, so. It'd be one to watch again, but I'm not bothered.
One to watch again. No, if you saw what I put in the chat, I'd be like, handball, 0 given.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't necessarily read that one out, but yeah, it's. I don't know if I did or not, but it's.
No, you did, but I was like, yeah, I was like happy with that. But then I think we get the second, which great finish by Cannon.
Yeah, it was.
Somebody who's not prime on form, getting minutes, that is not easy to do.
Made it look easy though, didn't he? Made it look easy.
Made it look very easy. Great finish. But then the wheels came off a little bit, to be honest with you, didn't they? I'm like, I don't know why we do it to our ends. I really don't. It's like we get a lead. It's like last season, but normally we're leading by 1. And then we hold on. But at least we had that cushion. And then stupid mistakes at the back for their goal. And then, just hanging on.
We just look so nervous. I think Van Blade, Craig said in the chat, whenever we go, even if we're leading and we concede 1, we just look so frantic and unorganised, like we're panicking all the time. And it's right. That's how I feel watching them, that we're panicked and we're not really setting ourselves right. I thought that described it perfectly in terms. That's certainly how I feel as a fan watching.
Yeah, I agree there. I do think the defence were. Let's be honest. Yeah, they had more of the ball and things like that in the second half. They didn't really create anything. Cooper's had to make the odd little save here or there. They've skied a few over, but I think Cooper, and this might be something to do with the defence a little bit as well, being a bit nervy. He needs to command that area more. And I've got a lot of time for Coops, I really have. And let's be honest, there's no one better in the club, and there's not that many better in the division.
Yeah,
probably the opposite number today, and I can't think of many more off the top of my head. But
Carl Rushworth, maybe. Carl Rushworth, but other than that, and I'm just talking about on form. But I still love Michael Cooper, and I think it's. I've certainly not given up on him. I'm not saying. I know you
no, definitely, 100%. He could be a Simon Tracy and Alan Kelly who stays with the clubs for years on end. Yeah. And I'd be content with that because he's got good pedigree. He is a good goalkeeper. We've seen it. Yeah. It's not like he's dropped off. Even now, where we're talking about him a little bit, it's not like he's dropped off the cliff.
No,
with his performances and that. But I think going on to Leicester, I think we've got a problem in the centre of the park. Our blaster came on today, loose passes everywhere, giving away, mistiming challenges. But don't be wrong, I'm being very critical of him because of the ability, and we know what he can do. And he will be there again. I just feel at the moment he's not near it.
He looked well off it, doesn't he, today?
He looked more off it today, I think, than he did at Wrexham or any of the other games, to be fair.
I agree.
And he probably just needs a rest. But then Gyro's coming off with cramp. That's not a good sign for Leicester. So it's like he might have to play Matos in the middle and start against Leicester.
What are you doing to me, mate?
I know. I'm not, it's not ideal, is it? It's not ideal. Or you put, or just put Gus in there, which is no.
I know. Well, centre midfield's been a problem all the time, hasn't it, for us? But the only thing I would say, Gaz, to that, and I'll let you go in a minute because obviously we've got other people that are coming on as well. But it's the 1st of Jan. Then the window is open, and we will have the opportunity after that game, hopefully, to blood somebody else for the Oxford game, for example. Yeah. So if we get a Joe Rothwell through the door, or a Leo Castledine, or whoever or a Dan Neil, then they can come. Well, look, if it happens, I'll love it. I'd love it if it did happen. I just don't think it will. But we can start with somebody else, can't we? So if Gyro needs one final push to go through Leicester, then maybe we do that, and then he can have the whole game off against Oxford if that's what's needed, or even the Oxford and Mansfield game to recuperate. So I think there'll be ways round it to just give that final push now. But maybe Ollie Arbla. I think that were Ollie's probably, and I don't mean to be too critical of him because we know where he's coming back from. But I think that's his poorest performance since his return. From the start, he's not looked too bad. So maybe he's limited his minutes tonight because he's planning on starting him against Leicester. And maybe it's Gyro and Blaster in the middle. I think it probably will be, if I'm honest. And they'll go again as a pair and just have to push it out. I don't know where you've gone, Gaz. I don't know where you've gone. Right. Yeah. I know. I can hear you. I can't see you. But that's probably the perfect time to just ask you, how do you think we'll go again? Oh, you're back again, look. You're back.
I'm back, mate.
How do you reckon we'll go against Leicester before I let you go, pal?
1-0. I think Leicester's an hard game. Even though the form they're on, I think it's an hard game. And like I said, I'm still not looking up that league. I'm not looking down either at the moment. I agree with you when you say let's just play one game at a time at the moment.
Yeah, one in front of you. Yeah, just get that.
I'm going 1-0.
Okay, it's not a bad result at all against Leicester, but I fancy us for 3. Which won't surprise you at all, pal. Won't surprise you at
No,
all.
no. And I hope you're right and I'm wrong.
Yes, I do too. Thank you, Gazmataz. Listen, if I don't see you before or speak to you before, have a very happy New Year, pal, and I will catch up with you soon. Thanks for everything you've done for the channel this year.
Yeah, no, and you, Jimmy. Thank you. Have a good New Year.
Top
Take
man.
care, pal.
Cheers, mate. You too. Straight into Russ. How's it going, pal?
Whoa,
Oh,
I'm all right. Got me out there, mate. I was just looking at the table.
Were you?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at the table, Russ? Why are you doing it
because
to
we're
yourself?
only 8 points behind Preston, mate.
I knew you'd
What's
be
wrong
doing
with
that.
you? Come on, get a grip.
No, you can't. You can't do it to yourself. You can't do
I
it to
do it.
yourself.
I've done it all my life, mate.
Well, yeah, I
This is
know.
why I look like this.
and
I'm
from
only
an
21.
I know from an experienced blade, I'd expect better. I have to say,
Nah.
it should be the seasoned blades that I know, like my father, miserable old swines that expect note. And
What's point? What's point? There's enough
love
in
it.
life to be miserable about.
no, that's true. That's very no. I love it, mate. I love that you're still positive about it. That they've not knocked enough stuff in out of you over the years. That you still believe that we can do something this season. What did you reckon to performance tonight?
A great away performance against a side that are dangerous. We can't, I know we've just put 4 past them and what have you, but they're not a bad side.
No, they're not.
So yeah, it's just a good. I mean, you look at the whole narrative around it, and it's not just us; it's all teams at this time of year.
Yeah.
But this sort of quick turnaround, it's a killer. It's killer, and we're susceptible to that at the moment.
We are.
I thought we did really well. I thought when I saw it line up, well, it didn't surprise me. I thought, right, I'll see where he's going with this because he's managing minutes, and people have got to step up. Which Tamari did, didn't he? First half.
I thought you were great. I thought you were really good.
It was good. I mean, to be fair, when he's shown glimpses in games, when he's had a half decent game, not been too many, so it's when he's started and he's been outside of somebody who's solid, a bit more experience.
Yeah.
We had a great first half. And when he faded in second half, he made sure he was behind the ball. He didn't get caught head at ball too often.
I thought we were great. I thought we were really.
Fresh your legs on 5 minutes earlier.
Would you? Yeah, I think you're not alone in that. I've heard a lot of blades.
I think we needed to respond quickly to their fresh legs, and it caught us out a little bit because we were puffing and panting.
Yeah, they made some good changes, didn't they? That made an impact for them.
Yeah.
I don't think they were ever a real major threat against us, but as soon as they get that goal back, the tails are up, aren't they? So it's always a dangerous place to be, and the fact that he trusted the players to stay with it, I thought was a brave thing rather than because it'd be easy to make changes straight away, but it's certainly questionable. But I think it shows trust in your players to go and keep the result.
It does, yeah.
So
no, I think Samari had a great game overall by some of his standards. So pleased for that lad. Everybody else, Burrows had a good game. Interesting, he got full 90. I presume that'll mean McCallum will be playing full game on Saturday.
Yeah,
which should make sense.
Yeah.
But Burrows' defending was half decent.
Yeah.
So I think some of his balls were a bit hopeful. I think they were just a little bit too much of a punt. They weren't.
I agree.
They weren't placed as well as he would normally do. But I'm not going to criticise any of them really because it was a good performance against a team that had got a point to prove against us.
I agree, mate. How do you think we go against Leicester then, following this performance?
Well, I think we'll win 2-1. I'll give them a goal, but I think we'll be all right. The crowd's going to be behind them, so why not? Depends how they come. Obviously, how fit they are and sore. But Amer's not played. McCallum's not played. So there's some fresh
Bamford
legs there to start.
Yeah, Bamford rested as well for most of the
game. You've got Ings there as well. So it could be possibly an Ings and Bamford on Saturday. Because Cannon run his socks off today. I thought his goal was brilliant.
I did.
What a lovely finish that.
Really well taken.
If that had been a match of the day, they'd have been drooling over that.
Made it look easy, didn't he? But I don't think it was easy.
I've just watched it back several times because it's still on the thing, just replaying, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
And he's watching it. He watched it all the way, Never lost sight of it right
And
until
to
the
be
end
fair,
of
I
his
think
Never looked
Burrows,
at what the goalkeeper was doing, anybody else. Ball.
I think Burrows had picked him out as well, Auntie. Rather than be a hopeful cross, I think it were a designed cross for Cannon. So yeah, really enjoyed
We've seen that
it.
a few times. It's very dangerous, that situation, when Burrows takes a corner and he stays out there.
Yes.
And the ball comes back to him. It's a lethal ball back in at a great angle. So
because he can come back in slightly. Yeah, he's got a much better angle the second time round, hasn't he? So
it has really. Probably preferable to a corner in some respects.
Yeah, absolutely right. Russ, top man, mate. If I don't see you before, have a fantastic new year, and thank you to yourself as well for everything you've done for the channel this year. And I'll catch up with you soon.
Mate.
Cheers, pal.
Take it easy.
Ta-da, you too. Ta-da, mate. Nice one. Top man, Russ. Top man. Appreciate him coming on as always. Let's get up to where we were with comments. Sorry, Jamie Dumpling. You'll have to wait a little bit longer. Action Location says, Cooper looked more commanding tonight. Yeah, I don't think he did too much wrong. I don't think he did anything particularly wrong. I've not worked out the Michael Cooper conundrum at the minute. I love him. As you know, me and Action Location have been huge fans of him for a long time, as has Dave Morwood. But Samari played well first half. Mind the 36-point gap up the Blades, up the Ramble, up the Man Mountain. Bry says, when they got the scruffy goal, it energised them and we had to hang on. They picked their game up. Yeah, that's true. Mogger says Tom Cannon is a player after all with the right setup. Buzzing has come good. Him and Paddy with mobile midfielders who are fit behind them and a solid goalkeeper and centre-back. We can make it. Let's have a look. I went on a comment read. Ben says, ground that out, cruising until conceding. Shocking header from Tanganga to get distance on it. Got to get distance on it. Samari, Bindon and Cannon standouts for me. Never make it easy. It's the Blades way. It certainly is. Cannon and Bamford pairing for me too. Yep, you're not alone in that, I don't think. Ollie says Ty Campbell and Chong have to go out on loan. Too lazy and look like they're not bothered. Justin says we were very good first half and got the goals second half that we deserved. They were always going to throw bodies at it, but I thought we saw it out really well. Very good performance to bounce back up the Blades, up the Ramble. Thank you, my mate. Ben says, evening, Jimmy. Huge result after such a disappointment on Friday. What were your thoughts on Burrows and Samari tonight? Need to get at a stuttering Leicester side on Thursday now. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. My thoughts on Burrows. I'm pleased for Burrows because I thought he's played okay to well tonight. I agree with Russ, and we were saying it on Watch Along as well. I think he was quite wasteful in some of his distribution. I think he's punting it long when he could be carrying it forward a little bit. I understand it. He might be leggy. He's not played a lot of 90 minutes this season, so there's context around it. But overall, I think he's played well, and it's shades of the player we saw last season, who is our starting left-back, essentially. Samari came in, and it's probably his best performance in the United shirt, certainly first half. Shows there is a player in there, just we've not seen it consistently enough. Now, if he comes and he plays a part at Leicester and he has a similar impact, then you've got to make a shout for him continuing to be involved. But one swallow don't make a summer, or whatever the saying is. So those are my opinions on it, pal. I don't know yours as well. Tim says, I've yet to see anything at all from Chong. Rubbish. Strong from you, Tim, that. But I agree. 2009 Blade says, the thing is tonight we looked more composed, but still jittery. The team looked shattered, though. George says, we've got too many players that are not good enough. January can't come quick enough. Wayne just says, phew. On to Leicester. Top man, hope you're well, mate. Trust the gaffer. They owed us a performance, says Pete, after that second half at Wrexham, but stood firm after Stoke, scored and got the win. Some of the players who have been getting stick did a lot better tonight. Completely agree. This is the view from the mountain. He says, should have been 1 or 2 up at half-time. Hanging on following poor defending for the goal. Well done, Cannon and Samari. 2 with a point to prove. Wilder loves an ex-player return. Good 3 points. We go again. We certainly do. Let me know if you can do out of the presser, please. Lenz says, we all love Gus, but it's evident that we're a more balanced team without him. We can't play with both Gus and Callum O'Hare. Gus is our best player, but should he start in our best team? Great question. Great question. Chris SUFC says, Chris UFC says, went to Stoke and got 3 points. Played well first half. Unfortunate not to be winning at the break. Hats off to Samari and Brooks for looking interested and impressive at times. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. SLB says, Chong has looked more like a passenger to me in these past couple of games. I think it's a bit of a headache as to what to do with him in this squad. Paul O'Shea says we need to keep hold of the ball at 2-1, so I think that's why Gus didn't come on. Nobody gives the ball away more than him. He's always trying to create he is always trying to create something. Dave the Nose, he really knows. Says, evening pal, few more grey hairs after that, but deserved in the end. 3 points for Mini Nose on his birthday. He's chuffed to bits. Shout out to Aaron Leary. What a top boy. And happy birthday, mate. 11 today. Unbelievable. Your dad's still cool, though. You've got to still think your dad's cool. Phil says, hello, Jimmy. Well done to Chris and the players, especially after that awful result at Wrexham. All the best for 2026 with your amazing show. Up the Ramble. Thank you, Phil. That's a very kind thing to say. Christine says, well, that's a relief. I thought there was every chance we would throw it away. The transfer window can't come soon enough for me. Pete Noble says, Hamza Chowdhury was captain of the Foxes tonight. Can't see them selling. Up the Ramble, like and subscribe. Leicester are in an absolute mess financially. So I think they will be open to any offers for any players. It doesn't mean Chowdhury's coming to us, though. I don't think there's actually been any firm rumours that it's happening. It's just a lot of Blades, me included, trying to manifest it. Andrew says, we're very good in the first half, but second half we fade. Are we fit enough? Don't know. The press was appalling in the second half, so I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. How did Bamford do when he came on, says Ronald Osborne, who I called Ronaldo's Born, said last time. Okay. Didn't really have a huge impact on the game, but did as we needed him to do, to be fair. He's our best striker, I have to say. No, I think that's my opinion of him. John says, I find it hard to watch us when the back pass starts. Brooks. Oh, that's his name, is it? The back pass. It's not actually the pattern of play that you're talking about. It's Andre Brooks is called back pass. Okay. Just watch him alone. Properly one game. Always in space. No spatial awareness. Negative, gormless. Not on it at all. Offload ASAP. I think that's harsh. I think Brooks is frustrating at times. But I think tonight, I thought he played well. I thought he was lively. He does go back too often for me as well. I think I'd love to see him take his man on more, but I thought he did that a little bit tonight, and I enjoy it when he does. Summers19 says, I find this reaction to Hamer really strange. He's class. It's good we're flexible and can win 2 up front or with a number 10 playing. It's good options for me onwards. It's horses for courses, isn't it, Summers? I don't think anybody's questioning his ability as an individual. I think sometimes his desire or consistency can be questioned in terms of off-the-field desire to get fitter or leaner or whatever it might be. Those are conversations that I've heard people having. His ability, nobody's ever questioned. But how do we fit him in and work around him without him becoming the sole focus of the team, which I think then takes away from the overall team output, or has done in the past? I'd love us to be able to get Gus Hamer into this side effectively on a regular basis, but he should be pulling the strings at this level. He's more than good enough. We hold him to a different standard, which is probably unfair, but it's because of his high ability. Friendly Neighbours says, can't keep letting teams back into games when we should be putting them to bed. Thrown away too many games this season. Thought we would do the same tonight. Bryce says, Sidwell's just said on Sky that we were clearly better than Stoke, but they'd give it a go. They did give it a go second half. First of 3 doubles, that'll do me, says Martin. Don't mind that, pal. Carl says, the misplaced headers and passes that second half were alarming. Self-inflicted errors nearly cost us again. Max says, I just don't get how we can drop our heads when we concede. We simply lose all composure and forget the simple things. It's crazy. I agree with that too. I agree with that. A very gritty win, but the fitness levels look so poor. Stoke made 4 subs and our entire side looked to be blowing at 65 minutes, says CJ. Completely agree with that as well. Completely agree. Let's have a look. Brand says, evening, Jim. Really happy with that win. Shame we didn't pick up a clean sheet after shipping 5 the game before, but it's a great 3 points, clear from the relegation zone. Personally, I think top 6 talk is ridiculous. We're nowhere near consistent enough as a team. Joe Cox says, I felt relatively comfortable watching today. Even the last 15 minutes, had I never seen Tamari play before, I'd be like, get him signed. Just so annoyed about the start of the season, would be right up there. Alan McGregor says, question, why no Hamer? Was it tactical, resting him for Leicester, or is he on his way in January? I don't think it means he's on his way. I think it was probably a bit of the first two, to be honest, tactical and resting him for Leicester. Because he is a huge player for us. But is he in our best team? It's a really difficult one. Showed some character, says Chariots. There, hopefully the slap in the face on Boxing Day woke us up. 2 home games up next. See where we are after Sunday. Agree, Jim. Quality much lower. Evenly matched, but lower. Up the Blades. Thank you, mate. Jack says, I agree with Gaz. Think Brooks should have stayed on. Sim says, good result. Nervy for our subs started to settle. Nervy until our subs started to settle, sorry. Then should have had a third as Bamford had not been fouled. Had Bamford not been fouled. A good watch-along. Consider doing that again. Thank you, mate. We do watch-alongs for United. Don't you worry about that. In fact, we've got one coming up on New Year's Day with Batman Lou. He will be watching the Leicester game because he can't attend. So thank you to Lou for that. Dave Sandler says, have a look at the video highlights. I think it was Binden's goal and over the line before Riedveld touched it. I will certainly look back on that, pal, and have a little look. Ian says, good job he was sat back. Bright, horrendous crash and puzzling. It must have been glare from the sun. Oh, I think that's the AJ thing that they're talking about. Steele says, no point in thinking of the playoffs because we always lose. We're cursed. That's the spirit, pal. You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong. Chong is terrible, says 2009 Blades. Far too many touches. League One standard. Bamford movement is quality. Is he going to sign the contract? Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract. I certainly hope so. Certainly hope so. Let's get some more callers on to discuss whether they believe that the big man will sign the contract. Jamie Dumpling, will he sign the contract?
Maybe.
Oh, how are you, mate? You okay?
I'm great, thank you. I'm currently on holiday. I'm in the Amazon. I've got a fire in front of me. I'm poking it with a stick currently. So
yeah. You liked that bit that we were doing at Watch London, did you? Did you like it? Did it make you laugh?
I definitely did nick that bit off someone that typed in the live chat.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, mate. No, I like it. I like it. So you've watched the game tonight because you're obviously on holiday.
Yeah,
hope you're having a good time.
In the country.
No, that's good. That's good to know. But I hope you're having a nice time, mate. What did you make to the game then, since you were one of the few that were able to watch it?
Yeah, I thought it were really solid performance. I think it were a game of, it weren't 2 halves, but it were 2 parts where the moment that goal goes in out of nowhere, it just completely turns over where they're all over it and we just seem to near enough capitulate. Luckily we held on. We did really well. I think some of the players that came on, especially Bamford, getting the man sent off, and he nearly scored as well. I thought he did really well when he came on. So I think coming out of that just a horrible game where we couldn't defend for his lives, and it was just a nightmare all over the place in Wrexham. The fact we've gone out there, the one we conceded, it were a scrappy goal. Cooper could do no about it. I'm sorry, you can do one if you think that's Cooper's fault.
You can do one, right?
But
with Jamie Dumpling, not the Ramble.
Yeah, I think the fact we've managed to hold on to that, where they're throwing everything at it, they've thrown kitchen sink at it, we managed to hold on by a 1-goal margin. I think that's exactly the type of performance we needed going into Leicester, which defensively they're a bit suspect, but going forward, they're not a bad side by any means.
No, I agree. I thought Sorba Thomas were a lot more lively tonight than he was at the Lane.
Well, he's still half in Femi's pocket.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I thought he had the better of us for the last 20 while they had the tails up. But other than that, I think we've coped really well. What were your thoughts on Samari tonight? Because I know a lot of us have been down on him, and I think it's been justifiable previously. But he's obviously had a very good game, certainly a very good first half tonight. And does that change your opinion on him? Do you now look at him maybe that if he can put another performance like that together against Leicester, would you keep him?
I mean, I think we probably. Well, it depends if we can. You've said you send, and I've heard other bits. I send that he potentially not looking like we can send him back anyways. Who knows? That's just all rumours currently. And I would have probably kept him anyways, just for numbers wise, especially while we are light, especially and potentially if Peck goes. If that does happen, whether I'm not saying it will happen, and I don't think it will, but if it happens, we'll need the numbers, obviously. But we have seen spells of him coming out like that. I did say before the game, in fairness to him, that I was worried about that midfield too, but they did really well, especially to cope, because we thought they'd play a 3-man midfield to match like Wrexham did. They went 4-4-2, but we did really well to cope with them. And I think that even though we have seen spells of Samari where he has a couple of odd game here and there where he'll play well and then he'll drop off. This is probably one of the better ones. Than if he plays Leicester game, he might drop off a bit. So it's one of them where you can't really just go on one performance with a player like that. You've got to see it long term.
Yeah, that's fair, mate. That's fair. A little bit, I think, on the whole, it's been a very pleasing performance all the way around for the vast majority of our players. A little bit of criticism for Ty Campbell tonight. What are your thoughts on him? Yeah,
something's changed with him. I love Ty Campbell to bits. I think personality-wise, I think he's absolute sound, and I think he's great, like the dressing room, for example. But something's not right with him. I'm absolutely I loved him last season, but I don't know what has dropped off. It's not like he dropped off second half of the season. He's going in playoff final with a right goal. He pats him from edge of box near enough.
Yep.
So it's just a complete drop off of form or confidence or what, where he's just not the same player, and it's doing my head in where you can see the player in there. But
doing my head in.
It is. But I think a lot of it is down to his fitness. Even second half of last season, he could at least do 90 minutes somewhat. It looked leggy, but he'd still at least keep going. And whether it's him personally not trying as hard, which I'd be surprised by because that doesn't make any sense, or he's just not up to the fitness levels, which again doesn't make sense because he had a full pre-season with us. And I know the rumours have it, it weren't great fitness anyways, and you can probably tell that anyways. But he's not played a lot of games recently anyway, so it's not like he's leggy from playing loads of games in a row like someone like Femi Sariki would be. I don't get it.
Well, you thought tonight he'd do 90 because he should be able to, because he hasn't played many minutes recently for us. He's been rested essentially, hasn't he? So,
but he looked knackered after 40 minutes. It's as if he's got a smoker's lung capacity. I don't get it.
Fair dues, mate. Fair dues. So, how are you feeling going into Leicester then? How do you think we'll do against Leicester?
Well, we're all over the place, but we're more consistent at home and we are better. They're worse than us for being all over the place. I think they won tonight, but they lost the other day, and then they get back.
Did they win tonight?
They're all over the place. But I think away, that's where you're gonna get them. And we don't like Stoke. We only played them recently, so I think if we probably can do it, and they're light, I think, up front because Dak is currently at AFCON. So they've only got Ayew, and if he can't do a full 90, their subs aren't going to be as great. Plus, Chowdhury's gone off injured today, apparently. So that's Pereira. Luke Thomas, they're fullbacks. That's horrific, to say the least. So I think you get full Femi Sariki, and Burrows played brilliantly tonight. I thought maybe a few odd passes, but a lot better than he's been all past previous games. So him or McCallum, I think we can get at him from there. It's just obviously going forward. So I think we'll beat him, but again, it might be another 3-2 or something mental.
Okay, mate. So what are you doing for New Year, pal?
Well, I'm going to sit match, but I'll also...
No, New Year's Eve, obviously, is what I mean.
Oh, New Year's Eve. I'll probably be hanging the following morning, but it'll be a good night out. Hope I can meet a few people as well. If anyone's out, give us a shout.
Oh, yeah. Where are you going?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm following the crowd every minute, so we'll see how that goes.
You're not being led astray by Rich Carrington, are you?
No, that'll be a future night out.
That might be New Year's Day, to be honest, because if we win against Leicester, we'll be having an after party, won't we?
Oh,
You've
God,
got to be there for that.
Yeah, some of us will probably die from that near enough or get close. But it'll be fun, so it'll be fun.
It will be fun. Yeah, it's a fun way to go, isn't it? It's a fun way to go.
We will be out there, probably win or lose anyways.
Jamie, absolute legend. Thank you for everything you've done for this channel this year. Absolutely top class from you, as always. Have a very happy New Year, mate, and I will see you at Leicester on New Year's Day.
You too. Happy New Year.
Cheers, mate. See you soon. Ta-da, pal. Top man, Jamie Dumpling. Cult-like figure on the Blades Ramble. What an absolute ledge. Let's see who else we've got lined up in the gallery. I think I know who it is. And did I just do it a little bit? Yes, he won't be happy with that. We'll have to adjust this camera angle. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. In fact, I could have done that just for a laugh and gone as close in as I can. But yes, it's you. Yes, it's you. In fact, let's get him on. Let's get him on, the main man. It's our boy, the Cornish Blade. It is the one and only Dave Morwood. How's it going, Pat? Look at that.
Look at that.
I know.
Huh?
I know, frightening, innit? Frightening.
Oh my God.
You need to, that's furthest out I can zoom, so you've done that on purpose, clearly. How are you doing, pal?
I've done nothing, mate. Honestly, it's the same phone and everything. Look. I'm good, mate. I'll be honest with you.
Good. What are you doing? You're not going to knock me off again, are you? Like you did last time.
I got my Franco Baresi shirt on as well.
Nice. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, when I saw the...
It's like talking to my father on FaceTime.
When I saw the lineup, I'll be honest with you, I was like, I'm worried about this. And then, but I thought, I understood the reason for it.
Yeah.
But, I was a little bit worried, but, like you said, they come good, don't they?
They do come good, mate. They do, and I think we understand the situation. It's not always what we would like to do, but it's one of them things, isn't it? One of them things. I just can't. It's like, I feel like, where the giant peeps through the hole and like the tree or something like that. That's what
I don't know what it is, man. I mean, look, I've moved the thing further away. And it's like,
have you pinched? Is it your phone?
It's a phone, yeah.
Have you pinched it? Is it an iPhone?
No.
I don't mean have you pinched it, have you nicked it? I mean like have you zoomed in?
No, I haven't, mate, honestly.
Don't worry. We'll sort it out.
It's a Samsung.
All right, well, I can't help you with them, I'm afraid. Can't help you with them. A bit too high-tech for me, then.
Don't worry. I'll be going to bed in a bit. I've been up since 7 o'clock waiting for a portal to come in.
And has it come?
No.
Oh, bloody hell.
No, they told me to be here by 9 p.m. tonight.
Well, that's disgraceful.
And then they messaged me about 20 past 9 to say we couldn't deliver it. So,
Rubbish.
But he was probably tired. He had to go back to Truro from Camborne, so,
Possibly. What did you make to Cannon tonight? Talk to me about Tommy Cannon.
Good. I mean, that goal, when he took that goal, that was
lovely goal, weren't it?
Oh, it was just like, you were playing FIFA or whatever it is they play. Yeah.
I thought he made it look so easy when it clearly wasn't an easy finish. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Somebody that, hasn't played much and people have complained about him.
Yeah.
It was as though, if Bamford had scored that, everybody would have been like,
yeah.
Do, and all that, But,
Bamford is a rambler.
Yeah.
He is. Michael Cooper, any concerns? Do we think he's getting a little bit better or are you still a bit worried about him? Because I know you're a huge fan like I am.
I think there's something wrong because looking at him last year, he'd command that area. He'd come out and, and he's not doing it. So I'm just wondering if there's a problem with his knee or leg that's stopping him from...
Something's not quite right, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so, anyway.
Right. The other one, that new player we've got,
Numare. Love that in the chat. Love that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I think with him, I'm liking him to Vinicius. Vinicius, when he came that first season.
High praise indeed.
We wanted to get rid of him, didn't we?
We did.
Get rid of him. And then the second season, it was brilliant for us in that second season. And he said the problem was in the first year, he's come to a foreign country, needs time to settle in.
Yeah.
So maybe, maybe people should cut him a bit of slack.
It is true that. It is true. It takes a bit of time to adjust. He's
Yeah.
He's a young lad, doesn't know the country, never lived here or played here before. People often forget these sort of finer details. So, yeah, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. And hopefully he's on a bit of an upward trajectory now, and we'll have to wait and see. So,
again, like Jamie said, come the Leicester game, he could be pants, really.
yeah,
So,
that's true. What do we need in Jan, Dave?
Well, I'd sooner have Petula Clark than Harry Clark.
Yeah, we need a right back, but not necessarily that right back.
Yeah, we need a right back because I would love to see Femi back midfield.
Yeah.
Or as an attacking winger,
you've been pushing for that, haven't you?
Yeah, I think that's his best position, really. We all said defensively he lacks a little bit at times.
Yes. Yeah.
But he's been brilliant.
I agree.
And the engine that he's got. I wish I had
really
one
well,
like that, mate. I tell you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And as for all these people going on about the blades, they make your own and I mean, look, my hair, it was that colour when I was 18, mate.
Before I let you go, how are we going to get on against Leicester on New Year's Day?
We're going to win 2-0.
Yes.
And I'll be joining you for the after party live.
Yes. Love that. Thank you, Davey Morwood. Much appreciated. And can I just say as well, thank you for everything that you do for the Blades Ramble. You are a fantastic support to us. I love that you've been coming on screen so much more this year as well. It's been great to sort of have you on a regular basis when you don't hang up on me directly after as soon as you can, like you did last time we were on together.
Look, I've gone again.
I know. I don't know what's happened with camera. I thought you were an expert by now, but listen, mate. Whatever it is you're doing, have a fantastic New Year, won't you? And we'll
do. And you, Jimmy.
Thank you, pal. And we'll chat before, but I'll see you around the New Year anyway. We'll have a chat.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
All right, pal.
Cheers, Jimmy.
Have a good one, top man. Cheers, Dave Morwood. What an absolute legend. That man is incredible. Honestly, he cheers people up when they're down. He always looks on. We joke about the positive Blades being in the Platinum Ramblers group, but these are just people who genuinely try and lift people up in when they're feeling a little bit low about the Blades and stuff like that. And it's not an happy clappers thing by any means. It's more a case of, come on, let's move on to the next game. And it means we always have a laugh and be very jovial with Dave and on screen and stuff. But there's a lot of warmth there from him to fellow Blades, and it sort of shines through, and I love it. I just love the whole vibe of it. So thank you to Dave and the rest of the Positive Blades, really, for being that way. Fancy being referred to as Mini Nose, says Bry. Yeah, absolutely right. Well, he's not yet earned the title of The Nose, has he? So it's his dad's The Nose. So Hamza got the Blades fever, felt it tonight and pretended to be injured, says Jack. Tony says, give me the jitters, this team. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Top man. Chris says, if Bamford leaves, would you offer Coventry Hamer for Ellis Sims? Up the Ramble. No, I don't. No, I wouldn't. I don't know what we'd do, to be honest. I fancy Bamford to stay. I do. I genuinely think he'll stay. I'll be more surprised if he doesn't. I asked my dad tonight and he said he thinks it's 50-50. I don't think it's all like that. I think it's more a case of we have squeezed the deal with Gyro, and I think we'll probably be trying to squeeze the deal with Bamford, and he'll be squeezing back, or his agent will, and you expect that. I don't think it's a case of won't meet demands. I think it's haven't yet met demands from either side. So I'm pretty comfortable that it will happen. No insider knowledge on that at all. I'm pretty comfortable with it. Cannonball, says Paul. Yes, mate. Chuff for him. I always backed him. Tommy Cannon will be a Blades cop legend. Nice one, pal. Nice one. Where is he? Where is he? Up in the Amazon. Flashback to the greatest rock and roll swindle clip with Ronnie Biggs. Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Helen says, that has to be, for me, the best watch along so far with the Four Stooges. Highly entertaining. Up the Blades, up all the Ramblers. How can you bundle me in with them, Helen? With them three reprobates. But thank you. I really enjoyed it. Spot on. 2-1, Jim, says Paul. Mr. Mumford says, I'm hearing rumours that Bamford has signed a 2-year contract. I hope it's true. Well, I think, Steve, that has... Steve, big pals with Andy the Blade, by the way. But I think that has started on the Jungle Drums on X from an I'm not saying it's an unreliable, unproven source, I would say. It may be true. But it's unconfirmed as yet. I think that's where it started on X. And rumours will then obviously get out of control. Well, I would love it. I would love it to be true. And I hope it is true. And it could be true. But it's not yet been... we have to just wait for a club, don't we? I think, to be fair. Paddy is class, says Paul. He certainly is. 2-year deal will be spot on, says Bry. Smoker's lung capacity, says Ian. I like that. What a name for a tune. Leicester won tonight, Jim, but Sky report it was an awful game. I'm all right with that. Paul says, I'm off to bed, not feeling too good, but happy for you all that we won tonight. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. We go again. In Chris Wilder, we trust. Absolutely right. Hope you feel better, Paul. Thank you for joining us, pal. Is it? Ian says, is it a Nokia? Dave Morwood bringing back the nostril cam. Yeah, that's a Jamie Dumpling trademarked thing, isn't it? We may be getting a nostril cam for Charlton away, might we? Love that. On the bit of Ramble on the Road, featuring Andy the Blade. I think that one will. Good goal from Cannon, says Ian. It certainly was. It's like watching the neighbour from the show Home Improvement, only see his eye. Yes, Wilson. I remember that. Nice one, Michael. Nice one. Mr. V, channel legend. Good evening, Jimmy. Great way to end 2025 with 3 points and a decent performance overall. I just want to wish you and your family and all the Ramblers a very happy new year and good health for 2026. Happy New Year to you too, Brian, and thank you for all you do on here. Mr. V, incredible, mate. And you know how appreciative I am of your support and things like that, but just as a bloke, you're a really good bloke. Another one, everything I've said about Dave Morwood can be echoed at Mr. V. Very passionate about defending the Ramble as well. He would go to war for the Blades Ramble, and he's been with me from the very, very early days. A proper old school Platinum Rambler. Thank you, Mr. V, for everything you do, and a very happy new year to you, my mate. Hope you're well. Wishing you health and happiness in 2026. It's a joy to serve, Mr. V, but thanks for that, says Bry. Dave Morwood, what an absolute legend, absolute star, says Ray. Absolutely right, he is. There's reports we've agreed a 2-year deal with Bamford, says Mac. Could have done. Ian says, what if Cov, Borough, Ipswich came in for Bamford? Do you think he's stalling on signing if one of them comes in? No, I don't. I'm not concerned about losing Bamford. Does he get into Coventry's side? They've already chosen not to sign him. Yeah, I think he's good enough to get into Ipswich and Middlesbrough's team, but he's getting into our team as well. So, and he'll be on decent money for us. I don't think he chooses them particularly over us. I'm not saying, I'm not worried about it, Ian, to be fair. And that might be me being naive, but I've just got a good feeling about it. Chris says, it's official. We've won the same amount of games at Hillsborough this season as the S6 lot. Jamie says, hang on, is ATB coming with me and Rich? Get in there. Join us, Jimmy. I will be doing the watch-along, pal. I'll be doing the watch-along. I think I'm on holiday for that game, so I can watch it from another country. ATB's coming. George's coming. I think Brett might be going. There's a few of you going down to Charlton, and it'll be a bit of a rambunctious ramble on the road from what I understand. So, again, he's been waiting very patiently. Coming in, flight 2431 from Luton Airport. It is the one, the only, Statman Jack. How's it going, pal?
Hello, mate. You all right?
I'm very well. How many JD have we dropped in our tea this evening? Zero. Does that mean you're not going to have a go at Brett tonight?
Well, I haven't seen him, so...
Anyway, mate, how are you?
I'm good, mate.
Are you good? Good to see you. Good to
just
see
a
you.
couple of shout-outs, actually.
Oh.
First of all, to Gaz Dunn for actually becoming the Man in Black live on the internet. Like, actually became the Man in Black and disappeared.
Yeah. Nice. That's
And
true. Yeah, I never
Dave
picked up on that,
Morwood
but
for giving us a in-depth analysis under the microscope.
I know, mate. I know.
Yeah,
Never
funny.
mind.
Really
Never
funny.
mind. But there you go. What did you make to the game then, pal?
Yeah, first half was really good. It was a bit frustrating at times. It felt like, oh, were we ever going to shoot, or were we just going to, keep passing it around the box? It was a bit frustrating, but
It were a little bit like too much like overplaying, weren't it? I thought trying to walk it in.
No one really. Like, there's a few chances that I thought O'Hare he needs to just get a bit of, grab it by the balls a bit and just go for it sometimes. And the same with Burrows. Like Burrows last season, he would drive that at the keeper and test him.
Yeah,
but he kept dragging it across, which is a bit of a shame because he's got a good left foot on him and he can normally just, especially when the keeper had a problem with his wrist. I thought we were going to try and test him and see if he could actually stop some shots. But
true. He's a good keeper though, Johansson, and I think he made a really good stop from Bamford as well. And
that was a good save.
He was playing well tonight, Johansson. We've done well to get past him twice, and it could have been more, couldn't it? Let's be right. I thought we played well tonight, I have to say.
Yeah, well, Bamford did well to get through at the end, which obviously was a red card. And
yeah,
I think it was Carl Asarbi. It made me laugh because he said that matey who was after him was running like he had a piano on his back.
Nice from Saabs. Nice. Yeah, fair play, mate. Fair play.
Bamford's not the quickest bloke out there, but he was away. He was leaving him.
Now, Jack, you have been leading the charge, mate, for this playoff push is still on. We need to meet a certain number of points. Just tell me the exact scenario that you've been laying out to people in the Platinum chat, because you've been keeping a keen eye on where Coventry were and where Sheffield United are, and the distance between points and stuff like that. So what's the situation? What's the situation at the moment?
So I started picking it up when we started stringing them wins together early December.
Yeah.
The target I set was 28 points before New Year, and now we're on 29. So we're actually 1 point ahead of where Coventry were last season.
Okay.
And aside from that, I know people obviously still frustrated about the Wrexham thing, but honestly, you can't let it get you too down there because they just beat Preston at home tonight. It's not an easy place to go. You can't let that put a perspective that playoffs is off for us, because it really isn't off at all. We've not even had the window yet. So my next target is 12 points from the next 6 games. If we can get on 41 by February, then we are matching Coventry. Anything more is a bonus.
Oh, mate, don't.
We've got 2 favourable fixtures now. Leicester will not want to come to the Lane, because
no, they won't.
We're one of the few teams that did them at their place. That's not easy to do, so that needs to be commended. And Oxford lost again tonight.
Yeah, I don't fear the Oxford fixture. I have to say, but
even Charlton and Norwich. I think what was it? Charlton were losing. They equalised in the 97th minute, and then they lost in the 98th minute to Portsmouth. And then Norwich had a 90-minute loss as well. So we're keeping up with West Brom and that, who've also won tonight. But the teams down there are now starting to stay down there. So we're creating this gap, and we're catching up with Southampton. We've now got the same amount of goals that Middlesbrough have scored this season. We're on 33, and so are they.
Why are you doing this to me?
Because you got to look at the numbers. They're there to be looked at. Coventry and Middlesbrough both lost today.
I'm just having a look at the table now as we talk. That's why I'm a little bit distracted, but I don't know why you're making me look at it.
It's all there, mate. There's no Leeds and there's no Burnley this season, so I'm not saying we'll win the league. We might get second, who knows? But playoffs is very much still on. You can't write it off and say it's done and dusted. We haven't even had a window under Wilder yet, and I truly believe that all he can do is level us up.
We've lost 13 games.
Yeah, but we're not drawing games. We're winning or we're losing. And I think we're going to keep winning them. Nobody's drawn as few games as us. We've drawn 2. Look at everyone else. 6, 7, 8 draws.
6, 7.
Oh, no. Well,
yeah, sorry. Mate. Oh, I love it. I love that. So, all right, call it now then. Are we making playoffs?
I already put money on us to get promoted and for a top 2 finish. I did it back in December, but like I said, I'm not 100%
Back in
guarantee
December.
we'll get top 2, but I do believe we get playoffs because Wilder is very good when it comes to getting players that he knows he wants.
You don't even have to finish that sentence. Wilder is very good, will do for me.
But what he's done with players that he hasn't brought in has been really good. But then he's managed to get 2 free signings that have probably made the most impact in the last month and a half.
Do you think we sign Pat Bamford?
Yeah, I think he signs. Why wouldn't he? I feel that he owes it to Wilder, for one, giving him the chance, and 2, because he's already loved by the club. He's already he's matched Campbell's goals already. I think they're both on 5. He's only 1 behind O'Hare, so
it's ridiculous, isn't it? How well he's done coming in from cold,
and he's just always up for it. He's always up for it, and
he levels us up, doesn't he? He levels us up definitely.
He's a proper striker, and I think that the same with the substitutions today. I don't disagree that we could have maybe done him a bit earlier, but I will back Wilder and say I think he did it to try and get them to stay on as long as they could, so then we got a fresher team for Thursday.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that too.
And I think that might be why Palmer didn't play. I think they wanted to give him 100% rest for Thursday.
Jackie boy, last question from me. Give me a score prediction for Leicester, please.
Well, we're at home, so 3-0 again. Ole.
Are we having an after party, mate? Are we having an after party?
Well, I won't be there, mate. I'm working, so I'll be literally driving home from work when the first half is on. I finish at 6, so
okay.
Unfortunately, my next game that I'll be up for will be Ipswich at the end of Jan.
Nice one. Well, I shall look forward to seeing you there then.
Yeah,
pal.
You too, mate.
Nice one, mate. Thank you for everything you've given to the Ramble this year, and a very happy New Year.
Yeah, and
to you and your partner
and your family, mate.
Yeah, you too, mate. And I'll catch you very soon. All right, buddy.
Take care.
Cheers, mate. You too.
Bye,
Ta-da, mate. Statman Jack. What a ledge. What a ledge. Top man. Another one who's just a rock solid fella. Anyway, I'm not going to wax lyrical about everybody individually because I could. But let's get back to the comments. Let's have a little look. See what everybody's saying. Bran says, Happy New Year, Bri. And Bri says, a quick message from me to all the Ramblers. Happy New Year and all the best for 2026. Mr. Vancouver with a ridiculously generous $50 super chat. Thank you, Mr. V. I don't like talk you up for that reason, but it's just another thing that just shows to your generosity. Thank you, mate. Jamie Dumpling says, Mr. V, what a hero. Also, many thanks for the people that listen to the mods on here and make it such a great place to spend time. To the other mods, what a team to be a part of. Thank you, Bri. Thank you, mate. Appreciate all that you do as well. Happy New Year to you, pal. And you're saying that same to Bran. Ian says, and we know what happened last year against Oxford. Start of the run that maybe cost us second place. Cannon back to Stoke, says Cooper Taylor. I don't think so. You get Bamford, he will come, I reckon. You mean, are you a Stoke fan then, Coop? Are you thinking he'll go back to you? I don't think he will. I think we'll start playing with, if we stick with 2 up top, I think it'll end up being Bamford and Cannon up top, personally. Ian says, good God, no, we keep him. Bjorn says, world-class save from Johansson, that Bamford chance. I agree with that. I thought it was really good. James says, he's off to Charlton as well, got tickets today. Well, there's other Ramblers going, James. I know you're a Platinum Rambler as well, pal. There's other Ramblers going. If you want to meet up with them, I'm sure they'd be thrilled to be part of it with you. Bryce says, Cooper, you can be removed from the chat. Tom says, hey up, Jim. Just got service on the coach home. Brilliant performance tonight. Just wish O'Hare would shoot more. Very positive, though. On to the next. Hoping for a good birthday present on New Year's Day. Also, a brilliant away end today. Didn't stop. Always is a brilliant away end. Very rarely not. Luke says, can't wait for January to come. Find out who these 4 players are who Wilder wants. Well, don't just assume, and I'm not saying you would, Luke, but don't just assume that the 4 players that come are the 4 players that Wilder wants first. Because sometimes it's 2nd, 3rd, and even 4th or 5th on the list that we end up getting. There's still a lot of dominoes to fall to get the right players. But yeah, absolutely. Exciting times, January. And we'll be obviously covering everything on the channel as well. Thank you to everybody that continues to support us. Chris says, Happy New Year to all the Ramblers. Thank you, Jimmy and the team. Up the Ramble. It is a team now as well, isn't it? It's crazy to think that, because it never used to be. It used to be me on my lonesome, and now we've got so many faces that make the Ramble what it is, and I can't thank them all enough. And we're propped up by the Ramblers and the Platinum Ramblers that support us, so thank you again to those. Isaac says, if we get a good right wing, backup central defensive midfielder and competing centre back, we can reach the playoffs, no doubt. We need a right back as well, though, pal, in my opinion. Didn't you and Cal call a set piece goal for today, by the way? Possibly. Can't remember what I said to him, to be honest. 4 Prem in a row. Says, you're my favourite Sheffield United fan YouTuber. Thank you, my mate. You're my favourite 4 Prem in a row. No, all joking aside, I appreciate it. Thank you, mate. That's a very kind thing to say. Home Funk says, Samari's our best centre midfielder. Surprised not many can see this. In my opinion, better than Peck and Arblaster. I could have said something silly there. But it's all about opinions, Home Funk. I don't know whether that's bait, but that if that's your genuine opinion, then that's fine that it's your genuine opinion. I like the fact that you rate him as highly as you do. And I hope you're right. I hope you are right. I don't think you are, but I hope you are right. Sav says, great gritty performance to dig in at the end. I think O'Hare plays better without Hamer. You're not the only one to think that, I don't think. And I think I am going to call... Oh, right back, you meant to say. Yeah, that's fair, mate. That's fair. I'm going to call it there. I know we're slightly early. I'm now going to record after this, countdown to kick off for Leicester, because we know the results now. And then I'm away for New Year. So I will, obviously, wish you all a very happy New Year on the recorded version. But because it's the only time I get to speak to you live now before the New Year, I just want to say thank you to everyone so much for your support in 2025. I cannot tell you what it means to me as an individual, not just, but the fact that people want to come on and listen to what I and now we have to say. This platform has evolved organically. I know people like in the Platinum chat try and give me credit for it and stuff like that. I might have started it, but I did not envision what it would turn into. And at the moment, it is just a brilliant place to be and a brilliant community to be a part of. And we'll do everything we can to keep it that way and keep it growing, because we want to get bigger and better and give more people opportunities on screen and stuff like that. So watchers quietly and likes and subscribes to the channel, you're all helping us in your own way. And I really appreciate it. And we will continue trying to give you the best possible content in 2026. I'm really excited for some of the stuff we've got planned. I'll call it there. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards. Up the Blades!